Hi, I'm just Jaiden, and we're going to be starting quite simple today with one of Lethal Company's most iconic and easy to deal with entities, the Hoarding Bug. Let's get right into where this little bugger spawns most frequently. The most frequent planet that the Hoarding Bug spawns on is Embryon, which isn't very helpful because nobody really goes to Embryon unless they're doing a challenge run, so let's get into its next most common moon so I can give you a bit more useful information. Second most common moon for the Hoarding Bug to spawn is Assurance. So if you're going to Assurance at any point in your run, you are definitely going to see at least one of these little guys. Now for the fun part. Let's go ahead and get in game and start talking about behavior and how to deal with the Hoarding Bug. So as you can see, when a Hoarding Bug spawns, it will choose a Hoard. The Hoarding Bug has chosen this spot right here as its Hoard, and it's going to go and fetch items, bringing them back right to that spot, to the Hoard. You can see here, after bringing an item back, the Hoarding Bug will sit here for about, give or take, 15 seconds before venturing off to find another item. They are quite protective of their newfound items. So if you give it a second here, off he goes, off to find another item. You can see him moving between predetermined points on the map. These are called nodes. So the Hoarding Bug will travel between nodes, going to each node until it gets line of sight of another item. As you can see, if he comes around here, he gets line of sight of the bell, and the process restarts, bringing the bell back, sitting there for give or take 15 seconds. Now, what happens when you bring a player into this equation? Let's see. When a player enters this equation, this 15-second period disappears and becomes indefinite. As you can see, I am too close to the Hoard, so now this Hoarding Bug is going to sit here and wait for me to leave. Now, if I were to leave, go back to Hoarding Bug Cap, we'll see, give it a few seconds, and he's off to go find more items. So, if you're not looking to have any issues with Hoarding Bugs, then this is the go-to way. Just leave them and their Hoard alone. However, if you're looking to kill them and get whatever they have in their Hoard, then things become a little more complicated. You grab a shovel here. Come down to our boy the Hoarding Bug. You can see, when we get close and he sees us close, he goes into the standoff position. So, let's go over, before we get into how to kill the Hoarding Bug, let's go over how aggroing the Hoarding Bug works. Here we have a Hoarding Bug that's defending a key. And if we go too close to the key, Hoarding Bug will aggro, and will start to chase us. But once we get far enough from the Hoard, the Hoarding Bug de-aggroes, and goes back to defending the key. However, if we aggro the Hoarding Bug, and we go ahead and we take that key, just run with it for a bit, you will see the Hoarding Bug does not de-aggro. Now, try. The only way to de-aggro the Hoarding Bug once you have taken something from the Hoard is to drop the item. Once you've dropped the item, the Hoarding Bug will take it back and go back to the Hoard. But that's it, really. If you say you're running around a corner too fast, you bump into the Hoarding Bug, just run away. Get away from him. And you're all peachy. Now, even if you run the Hoarding Bug all the way to a safe spot, the Hoarding Bug, even if it can't reach you, will still chase you. You have to drop that key. He's running away currently, but you have to drop the key in order to avoid getting killed. So, the best way of fighting a Hoarding Bug when you're actually planning to fight one is if you're in the stare down position, you charge the shovel by holding left click. You can charge the shovel, you get close and you let go. And you hit him once, you hold it again, see I'm charging it with left click here. As he flies in, release and hit him again, and repeat. Hold it to charge and let go. Simple, 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 simple. Now, let's go over that with the other few weapons. So let's grab the stop sign. Stop sign's gonna be pretty similar. So we're gonna have Bro go to his horde, we're gonna charge it, we're gonna let go and hit him. Do it again. Difference with stop sign is you're just a little bit heavier, so you're gonna be a bit slower. Now comes the real pain, which is the yield sign. Yield signs are a whopping 42 pounds. Let's go ahead and clear out our bodies here. Yield signs are a whopping 42 pounds, which makes fighting a bit harder. So you charge it, you run in and hit, and then you need to stay running the entire fight pretty much if you don't want to get hit. Let me redo that to actually show you a good example, because that was not a very good example. I got hit like 3 times there. So you charge your shovel, and you want to stay moving the entire fight to try to not take damage. Fun little tip. I'll do this again, and I'll give you a little tip for this. When you are sprinting, I'll also turn off infinite sprint so you can see me do this. When you are sprinting, you can get up to full speed, right? This is full speed. Full speed. A little tip about sprinting is that when you are running, you will maintain full speed as long as you don't let go of shift. So I can sit here and let my stamina recharge, and I'm still full speed. So you can run in at full speed, stop if you need to save stamina, and kill him at full speed the entire time. So that's a little more complicated. With the yield sign, let's just go over it less complicated. You're pretty much just gonna wait for your stamina to recharge all the way. You don't want to have low stamina. You're gonna run in, hit him off to the side, and you're just gonna stay circling. You're probably gonna take 30 or 60 damage with a yield sign. It's just gonna happen. The yield sign's a pain to use. Let's move on to the knife. So, killing a hoarding bug with a knife is a bit complicated, as the knife has a really nice swing speed. However, its range is not very good. So, the plan is to attempt to run in, and there's a few ways you can do this. You can either brute force it, or you can try to take no damage. You're likely gonna take damage, so I'd recommend brute forcing. I didn't take any damage there, so frankly, let's try that again. I didn't think brute forcing it would work nearly as well. I'm gonna be honest, I hadn't tried that before. I didn't think brute forcing it was just gonna work. Okay, see, that's more what I expected. So you're gonna take 30 to 60 damage most times while trying to kill a hoarding bug with a knife. Simple as that. Though you can try to just kill it before it deals damage to you, but that's... Like, I only did it once there, and the other 2 times I took damage. It's not consistent. Simply, don't use the knife. Now, to the shotgun. I don't really know what to say about the shotgun. Just turn the safety off and pull the trigger. It's that easy. Like, there's nothing else to say. I can show you again if you'd like, but turn the safety off and pull the trigger. They're one shot to a shotgun. You're fine. If you have a shotgun, odds are you're not gonna need it for a hoarding bug. One last thing about hoarding bugs is that every day you land on a moon that can spawn hoarding bugs, there is a 2.5% chance that a hoarding bug infestation occurs. And so basically what an infestation does is it makes it so that the spawn rate of hoarding bugs is greatly increased. And the effect of this is essentially only hoarding bugs will spawn until there are 10 hoarding bugs. There's a chance that other things can spawn during this. However, it's going to be mainly hoarding bugs. And once there are 10 hoarding bugs, all spawn rates will even out again, and you'll start getting your bracken thumpers, nutcrackers, all that, your spider, all that. And so the thing about infestations is if your hoarding bugs spawn in a similar area to each other, like if they all spawn in this little maze, they're all going to go to this one horde. And that makes there a conglomerate of 10 hoarding bugs that just can't move. And so it's just a death trap. Truly. I'm gonna take these bottles and see what happens. Hey guys. Anyway. Whoa, 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 whoa! What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Anyway, chat. Anyway. That's really all there is to say about hoarding bugs. They're quite simple and quite easy to deal with. Just don't take their stuff. Just don't take their stuff. Just don't take your stuff. Oh, you noticed. Don't take their stuff and you'll be fine. Alright, now that you know everything you need to know about hoarding bugs, get out there, get some practice, kill some hoarding bugs, make them realize just how weak they are.